what's up, y'all? I am officially jumping on this nonsense that I forget Karen is Kareen, whatever her name is, that she's putting out. I try to avoid content that I absolutely do not like, but I keep seeing her and more it just sounds incredibly stupid. I'm not sure if she knows if she knows what she's saying is stupid, but she just wants to be entertaining to get a check, or if she's really this like delusional, and that's to use the nice D word. Excuse me, use the nice D word. But uh, this one, I think the call started with about body shaming and is it a control, blah blah blah. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Elizabeth.
Hi, Miss Lyons. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful today. What's your question?
So I'm curious. I really want to know. So the slut shaming, what would you say it's more about? Do you think it's more of a control thing, or would you say it's an insecurity thing? I mean, I'm just curious or is it a matter of both?
Okay, so I'm about to give you the map.
All right, this lady that called in is full of shit. I'm almost ready to say that Karen hired. I don't really know her name, so I'm not trying to be an asshole and call her Karen or Corinne or Kareem. I'm just going with Karen since it rolls off the tongue easier. But this caller is such full of shit. It's Karen Steffens. Like, you really think she's going to answer this with anything other than, it's just to control us, girl. Go live your life, girl. Like, really be doing this? The amount, and this is, I noticed this a while back, but I don't think I made a video. But it seems like when you look at women's channels that talk about relationships, it seems like they only want to be echo chambers. And we can get into another video, but that's what I'm starting to think here when I talk about this relationship stuff.
Ask on slut shaming. Ready?
All right. Yeah, I'm listening.
All right. So, when a woman does her sexual due diligence, she gains her sexual education, she now has a better grading curve with which to discern.
Due diligence? No, I'm not. I don't know that. No, fuck it. Let's look at the definition. Okay, so due diligence is reasonable steps taken by a person in order to satisfy legal requirements, especially in buying. What? Okay, I'm going to cut her some slack and assume that she said due diligence in a way to say that a woman takes her reasonable steps sexually in order to satisfy her proper appraisal of what she likes or desires in a man in the bedroom. I will go that route and cut her that slack. All right, let's just not overdo it with the criticism. So now back to this. See, let's take a side step for a second. This is where we start to get to where people ask, is sex overrated? Because on both sides, not even just Karen and her people, but when people make it seem, because I've heard guys say this too when I listen to a couple of the channels that I listen to, part of the Red Pill and Manosphere, is that you have to go out there and get all of this experience with this different people, with that people, be well traveled. Like I literally heard a guy say a man in his 20s supposed to go to different countries and fuck different women. Like and him and other guys have alluded to that's how you understand women the best. And it's like, listen, I understand that in today's world, mating is just a game, literally just a game. But this is the territory where sex becomes overrated. How much time in your relationship or your marriage are you going to spend fucking? How much time are you going to spend fucking to have these type of requirements that we have? This shit gets insane, at least on the internet. I haven't heard anybody in person talk like this, but from what I've seen, I refuse to believe that like people say it's just the internet thing. It can't be.
Woman is able to discern better. She's able to make more acute decisions, which means that a lot of men are going to be rejected because now she's seen more penises. She's seen.
Again, overrated. You're really making a life partner decision. But again, like I said, it's just a sport because I've seen threads on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram where sex being the deciding factor, and I can understand that to a degree until it becomes like 80% of the decision of why you choose someone. Like this person ain't gotta have shit else. That's how dudes be getting got. That's how chicks be ended up these side chicks and getting and talking all this shit on there. That's how people get in these situations when you put it that heavily on that. This is fucking crazy at this point. Because she's seen so many penises she can make acute decisions. Damn. That's how you end up in situations where a guy like Zach Stacy is a better candidate than the dude who the physicist guy. Where Zach Stacy, women would consider Zach Stacy's with Zach Stacy's history of whooping his baby mama's ass in front of the kid a better candidate than the guy with a good job who ain't fat. That shit is crazy.
In small ones, large ones, fat ones, skinny ones. She's seen brown ones, yellow ones, black ones, white ones,
right,
pink ones. Well, I'm not done. She's seen circumcised, uncircumcised. She's seen low-hanging balls. She's seen high-hanging balls. She's seen hairy ones. Okay. All right. So she's seen all the penises, right?
She's seen all of them.
But now what she has is this grading curve, discernment. Educated women are able to make more
My bad, I hit the wrong pause button. But this is another area in which I hear people, or I hear women saying that, well, women need to go and have all this experience so she can know which one to bed. And it's like, what other skills are you grasping up to the point where you say you want to settle down and be in that relationship or married? Like, what other skills? Like, y'all are now in the same boat that men are in, which is not a good boat. I made a video a couple years ago talking about how, at least in the black community, don't know about anybody else, but I know for a fact in the black community, it is men put more emphasis on teaching young boys you need to get pussy all the way up to the point to where they even show them porn before puberty. Like, yo, you need to be out here doing this. Then, like I said, anything else, how to, what field of work you should go into, or how, or how to make connections with people's relationships, so you can, put your life down the best path to whatever you would consider to be success. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. But it's like, you go get that pussy now. Get that pussy. Y'all are entering the same fucking boat, and it's not a good boat. It's stupid. Your sexual understanding is the most important? No, it ain't. You can literally learn that shit on the fly, and the person you're with should be having, depending on the culture we have, should be understanding of how you're coming along with everything else in life being in consideration to be going well. This is fucking stupid that we're at this point with sex. This is crazy.
Educated decisions. When women are able to make more educated decisions, more men get rejected.
No shit.
It's that rejection that the male ego cannot.
Watch on the education. It's preference and desires. Watch on the educations. I hate this wordplay. I hate it. I hate when we take something, and I've been very critical of it in this area where we don't want to. If there's nothing wrong with being a hoe, then why is it wrong to say hoe? If there's nothing wrong with you making a bastard child, why is it wrong that I would say that your child is a bastard child? Even if it's just like deliberately, like, oh, that's a bastard child because y'all not married. That would be more offensive than the people who made the child a bastard child. I hate wordplay. I hate when we do it to soften the blow that something is. Stop doing that. Because what you're telling me is pretending is more important than actually getting things right or doing the right thing. That's what you're telling me. And if that's the case, then don't ever say we're all the real men. We're all the men who act like this, who are do that, because we can just pretend that we are and just don't use the word not a real phrase, not a real man. Just don't. Tell me I'm fucking awesome despite what I do. If you see me out somewhere and whether I'm with the woman or not, if I don't offer any help to change a tire or whatever the fuck she got going on, don't criticize me for it. Just pretend that I did something great there. Pretend, you tried. That's great. Just be nice with me. Change the language for me. Appreciate it.
Stand, which is why there are incels in the world who are beating, raping, murdering, and deforming women.
Where? Here we are at the fucking extreme. Here we are. She's like 2 minutes into this explanation, but we're already at the extreme of there are men who, because they can't get laid, they just kill women. And it's like, if y'all had the strength to do that, y'all do realize that y'all form of that is literally just using the government to fuck with us. You're not going to, me personally, I'm not going to be won over with that type of talk, because I know for a fact when women can, they beat the hell out of men just out of pure anger. We've seen the videos. So I give no sympathy in that regard.
Because they're being rejected. The male ego is dangerous and it cannot handle rejection. So therefore, ergo, if a woman is shamed, sexually shamed, it makes her not want to exercise her right to gain the same sexual education that men get. It allows her.
You just mentioned incels. So what the fuck are you talking about the same that men get? No, we don't. A few do. Like, if you go to a club and there's 100 dudes there, you might get 40% that can show up there regularly and get their education. This shit is stupid. This shit is fucking stupid. Oh my God. But real quick, by her logic, literally all women really need is to get the guy who has a sexual education. By her fucking logic. Her show seems to be because I don't listen to it. I just hear the clips people respond to. But her show seems to be full of just say shit to sound smart, but you sound dumb anyway.
Without that education, she's not able to better discern, which means that if she's only seen one penis, because now this is where the fascination with virgins comes from. A virgin, a woman who hasn't been around either or, she hasn't seen probably any penises, maybe just one or two. She hasn't been down to Miami during spring break or to hedonism in Jamaica and seen that penises get pretty big and awesome, right? She hasn't tried out a bunch of penises. She's a virgin or she's very inexperienced. Men like
or say small,
because then a man who is inept, and to be honest, most men are inept. Okay, the average penis size is only 6 inches. That's not a lot of penis. I'm sorry. I'm giving it to you guys. Really, like, listen, no chaser here. 6 inches is not a lot of penis. Okay. There's men out here with 8, 9, 10, 12 inches. Okay, and more. I've seen more.
Is she making her case? Like, let's think about this. If first of all, slut shaming and preference for a partner is not automatically the same thing. Now, you can say that those who are insecure with themselves and because of that want an inexperienced partner, will often say, or sometimes, I won't even say often, will sometimes just slut shame. But we live in a society that does not let guys just flat out slut shame like that. So This really gets annoying as hell. But let's give her that some guys do that. Okay, fine. But you can't still eliminate the fact that if a guy understands that the more she's been around, the less likely she's going to be satisfied with him, and by not even your logic, what you are saying is actual fact, he's supposed to be like, all right, let me go and get this chick because my penis size, which I can't change, means that I need a woman who's had this experience. So she can be satisfied with me so I can have more likely to have a successful relationship. That's called common sense. That's called that's called being right. But you're trying to tie in that slut shaming with that purposes is automatic when it's not. That's not the case. Most dudes throughout history, and we know this based on the amount of kids who don't belong to the guy that's taking care of them. Most dudes don't even know their girl ain't satisfied. Because what do y'all do? Y'all either leave and just be like, oh, no fault because I just ain't feeling it, or I need to go find myself, or you just have a dude on the side. Then you got to explain the women who slut shame, who do most more of their slut shaming in the open. Now you can't dismiss it with the typical, well, they're brainwashed by patriarchy, because then you have to say any woman who doesn't disagree with you is just she can't think for herself, and which gives me the ability to say any dude who agrees with you says he just wants to get laid and he's not thinking for himself or speaking honestly because he just wants to get laid. We can play this game back and forth all day, but where does it go? Nowhere, and I'm pretty sure anybody who agrees with her doesn't give a fuck, so what are we doing?
Okay. I've seen a lot more. Okay? I can't even get into it. I've seen some things.
Okay. No.
Okay, some things.
So I'm curious. I'm curious.
Listen.
Can I ask a question?
Wait, not yet. Let me finish my sermon. Okay?
Okay.
'Cause we in church. So now, when men shame women because of those insecurities, that makes women not want to have the sex that they really want. It makes them afraid to have the sex that they want to have. That shame is meant to make men feel better. So now it's like, well, I don't want to, I would have sex. I would have more sex, but they're going to call me a whore. So I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to settle for this little penis man.
Explain whole culture, please. You're not about to make me think that most women aren't going out and getting the sex that they want. You're not going to make me believe that. It is in the music. It is on TV. Y'all are posting about it all day, nonstop. A dude can't even be. It's to the point where a dude can't even be with a girl. Can't have a preference for his wife not wanting to have an open relationship. Like it's not common, but I'm starting to see those videos more and more. Oh, we have open relationship, because I'm not insecure. I know my girl gonna come. Like I'm seeing that more and more. That dudes can't even say, I just want her to fuck me while we're in a committed relationship. Like this is getting fucking crazy. Damn. Are we going to teach self-discipline anywhere? At all? Ever? Shit.
That I met one time and now I'm having horrible sex the rest of my life so that I don't hurt his ego. The men with the smaller, inadequate penis, and there's a lot of small penises in this world. There are a lot of small penises in this world. Most men have small. Listen, I don't know if men know this.
I think
I'm not done.
If most men have small penises, are we now back at the point where we're saying that most women have to be with like 20% of guys, 10-20%, however many have the big dicks? Are we saying that most women or all women have to be with them? Because you're adding things on top of each other that equals most men should not be settled down with women, because what's going to happen? They're going to be unhappy. And dudes, right now dudes don't want to be cheated on, but again, we're maybe that's why we're changing it, so dudes can be okay with being boyfriend or hubby and playing his role while his girl go off and be with the big dick guy. I don't know. Maybe that's why we're changing. But y'all do understand that that's what she's putting together here.
I'm not done. Men need to hear this. Most of y'all, listen, what camera am I looking? Most of y'all have small, most of y'all have small penises. You've seen porn. You know how big they get. They get pretty big. And once a woman figures that out, she ain't going back to 6 inches or 5 or 4. Some of them are like a cool inch. I was married to a man who had a cool 1.5 inches. I know because I measured it.
That's called a micro penis. I doubt that that's common because it's called micro penis. I don't. That's not a thing you hear every day. So now now we're at the point in the video where it's just like, oh, don't have enough balls to respond because then I'm just going to know you have a small penis. That's really how this argument works. So you can't. And then she said average is small. So now we're at the point where average dudes can't even say anything in response because then it's going to be, oh, well, you just have a small dick, so that's why. We never want to talk. Do we have a device that measures vaginas? Do we have a device that goes in and measures like the elasticity or something? Like, so we can start having that argument or conversation.
Trust me, it's not good. We are fed up.
I see.
We are tired of small penises. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, girl. Okay. Let me bring it back down because I am rallying. This is a rally cry. I am crying out for all of us women who deserve more orgasms. We deserve nice, like beautiful fatties. We deserve better penis. Listen, don't try to stop me, Alex, because you uncomfortable.
No.
My girl on the line knows what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm answering her question. She's over there laughing. Trust me, my girl is laughing with me. She feels it. She understands because she's seen some small ones. She's like, girl, yes. If she was here, she would be high-fiving me right now. We're tired of your small penises.
I would like to hear from the couples where the guy is, I guess 6 or less, because that's where she started, 6. So I would like to hear from those married couples. How's it going? How's your sex life? Are you defaultly in an open relationship, or do you need to bring toys in a lot because 6? I would like to really see the study, because if it's true, let's get this out in the open. Because that means if you are a dude who's 6 or smaller, you should not be trying to obtain a partner, because there's no way you can satisfy her because you're 6 and smaller. I want to see the study. Seriously, I want to see the study so we can start having men make these proper decisions. You need to work on being alone. You need to buy a doll. You need to watch porn. That's what you need to do because you can't satisfy a woman. I really want this study done. It only makes sense. This is the most pro-woman study you can do. So she can know that guy, right? Hell, I want the study done. I'll leave it there.
We're tired. I'm sorry. Hello? Does that answer your question?
It does, but I'm just curious. I was thinking that it also could have been, depending on the man, a control thing. That as a woman, you may not even be a slut, but they basically will present you in that light just to control you, to make sure you stay in line.
Okay, present you in that light to fucking who? You got dudes coming out here, yeah, this my girl, she a slut. You don't want her, don't even try to talk to her. Don't even, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna let it play to see what she's talking about, but I don't even, the fuck does that mean? But anyway, she actually brought up a point that goes against what Karen has said. What if a woman meets the big dick guy by the first, second, or third one? What about then? At that point, would she need to see more because she's already seen the big dick guy? Or does she need to go see the biggest in the world? Like, you realize at some point you're talking about overkill. So you wouldn't need to be finding big dick and then being hoe are not synonymous. I don't know. Especially the days where we have hookup apps. You literally can the day you want to start having sex, make an account on the app. Say you want 10 or better. You want double digits. You just want double digit penis size, and then that you literally don't have to be hoe or slut, but I'm pretty sure. No, you need all the double digit sizes. All right.
Well, to make sure that you settle for their tiny penis. Yeah. It's all fine.
Yeah.
Listen, sluts aren't a real thing. Sluts are not a real thing. No one's a slut. No one's real. Like, sluts are like unicorns. People talk about them all the time, but you've never seen one. Nobody's a slut because there's nobody out here having more sex than anybody else, because a man has to have sex if he's a straight man with a woman. A woman is having sex with a man. If we're both having sex at the same time, how am I the slut? Knock it off.
Okay, I'm not going to go look up that definition, but I'm pretty sure it's when you have very little discernment to your sexual partner. Like, are you fucking serious? Are you really fucking serious right now? So because both people do it, therefore, not a slut. So if I rob a thief, I'm not a thief because I robbed the thief. Nigga, come on.
That's a fact.
Right?
Oh, you shut
That's
up.
insane. So,
well, you know, some of these men.
Again, like I said earlier, if there's nothing wrong with being a slut, why are we trying to eliminate the word? If there's nothing wrong with being a slut, why are we eliminating the word? Explain that to me.
Some of these men are running around here talking about, well, you're not a virgin and you been doing all this stuff with all these other men, and then you expect the world from me. And I'm like, but what difference does it make if the person is not a virgin or not?
Okay, she's talking about the arguments where when women say men are supposed to do this and supposed to, and basically it's also tied into the high value man thing and so on and so forth. With those people making that argument, I'm pretty sure what they're saying is, you want all this shit from traditional men from way back when, but yet back then, the further back you go, the closer to we need to control your sexuality that was going on then. So you want to limit, you want that to be the case, but you don't want anyone to put that, damn it, you don't want anyone to put that same pressure on you. That's what that is. That isn't, oh, you're not a virgin, so you can't ask for anything. It's that argument is not that simple. That argument is not that simple. Okay. I'll repeat and then move on. That argument is saying you want all this stuff and trying to apply all this pressure to the men you want, but you aren't. It's the same thing as the weight argument. It goes the same right along with it. You want all this stuff, but you just want to be able to live your life freely and not have to go without anything. Like that man to provide you all that stuff has to go without stuff. I mean, unless he's one of those lucky guys who made a YouTube account and then immediately hit, and now he's just balling at 20. But that guy typically had to go through shit to get and go without to provide you for all that shit you want.
He's not a virgin either. And he was expecting a bunch from you. And his mama ain't a virgin. And everybody's mom, especially single moms, there was always an uncle that nobody ever seen before that came up on Christmas morning, and all of a sudden you had all these gifts from a new uncle. People don't even think about all the dicks there, because you're laughing because you had an uncle you didn't know about. Like, who was this Uncle Troy all of a sudden? Because your mom was having sex, bro.
Yes.
Your mom was doing all the things.
So because my mom was something, I should be able to accept that out of a woman. Okay, shout out to Tommy. So if your dad was broke, you should just be willing to accept a broke guy. If your dad was short, like 5'4" or some shit, you should be willing to accept the short guy. Is really our parents or like the measuring stick? No pun intended. Really? Your dad. Look, pause. But what's your dad's dick size? Let's find that out. All right, that's all you get. See how stupid this is? So dumb.
Thanks. You don't want to think about it.
I don't.
But she was. Listen, pay no attention. Pay these men no mind. Have all the sex you want. Have all the sex you don't want to have. I don't care. And it's none of their freaking business. It doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. It's all about ego. It's all about ego. And them not wanting to be rejected. That sexual education allows you to see and to know.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm not listening to any more because there's like 15 minutes left, and I have no clue how long she's gonna rant. But this idea that she's trying to draw up that men collectively are just trying to. I'm so sick of this feminist point of view that men collectively for all time just control women, and then that's just what that is. Like, what the fuck? Like, are you aware that these same guys also send men off to war? Are you aware that these same guys also, in that same war, will kill other guys, or other countries, other men for shit that they want? Are you aware that there is a code of conduct for us too? And we're tired of our worst being our example and y'all best being y'all example. That shit is getting mad annoying. It's getting real fucking annoying. The worst of a guy who's literally just insecure. That's the only reason he has his preference. That's why that for that to represent all men. That shit is getting hell of annoying. And lastly, y'all really taking advice from Karen fucking Steffens? Really? You want to live her life? Yo, sidestep. I seen Dee Dee upload a video of Judge Lynn Toler. Somebody who I've, as much as I enjoyed her character on TV, I really could not stand her ideology. Because she's real quick to check a man on anytime he, says something about women or whatever, because she doesn't like how men can just, just having an opinion about women. But she literally has a phrase coined called "dumb dude move," because some way she put it is men just do dumb shit, but that's okay coming from a woman. But she uploaded a video saying, yo, and I've been waiting on this to come out or to be addressed. As much as feminist shit she talked, she married a guy with 4 kids. She said he just went through a divorce and wasn't in a good financial situation. Fast forward, he left his career behind so she could become the person and eventually the breadwinner. How many of y'all want to go live that life? But y'all are hear the shit that they say because it sound good and eat it up. Again, you just want to be lied to? You just want the shit that sound good? Because that nigga Derek Jackson still upload videos. I don't think people react to him. He still upload videos despite it being clear that he was living a lie while preaching the shit he preached. Can y'all please get his shit up? If there's nothing wrong with being a hoe, don't mind the word hoe being out there. If you don't mind being a slut, don't mind the word slut being out there. Like, this is literally the same shit gay people are doing or pedophiles are doing. Making what they're doing bad to say, but it's still something they can do. Stop it. Fucking stop. The word stays. If you're a slut, you're a hoe. That's what that is. That's what you are. You want to live it? Live it. You're an adult, but don't try to change. You know what? I can't wait till the day y'all start dealing with dudes who suck dick before they meet you and then tell you it's wrong for you to say that they suck dick. I can't wait for that day to come. Be right, not positive. I'm out.